How was that?
Jon Uidl, Jedi Master Yoga Instructor, Yoga Lounge. We're talking about one of probably the most misunderstood and I would say disregarded aspects of human physiology, breathing, right?
Sure.
Like, oh, it's just natural, I just breathe, I don't need to worry about this stuff. And when people think of meditation, what do they think of? Like you were just mentioning.
Well, people think of their bodies contorted into some kind of crazy seated position with the legs tied in a knot and yeah, and tuning out for hours on end. That's the kind of common misconception of meditation. You can call it meditation, we can call it mindful breathing, if that's more palatable.
I think we call it whatever. It's
okay.
What we want people to realize is that learning to breathe correctly has many, many benefits that cross over into shooting.
Sure, and the first of which is the breath gives us direct access to the nervous system. So
what do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is, for instance, you can amp up your breath like, and you'll find your nervous system is coming up, like a hyperventilating situation, that type of thing. So
just like a boxer may do before a bout.
Exactly.
Standing in the ring, getting geeked out and ready to go.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So, and conversely, if we were able to slow the breath down.
So having some anxiety, tachycardia, something like that, rapid heart rate.
Sure. Sure. With controlled, slow, steady, and smooth breath.
I need that.
You can bring the nervous system
down.
Bring it down. So, for instance, if you're you're uptight, you're in a competition, something along those lines, and you're getting nervous, long, slow, smooth, steady breath will calm your nervous system and enable your muscle memory to act in a more fluid, in a more natural way.
So somebody in a high stress situation, a police officer, a person in a fight or flight type of scenario, can they condition themselves to be able to, I don't want to say suppress, but better deal with that adrenaline dump?
Absolutely. And again, that comes from time and practice. Again, and it's a discipline, a practice like anything else.
So what does that breathing look like in this practice? Why don't we show the audience what that looks like?
Barring congestion, through the nose.
Through the nose.
So just a...
I don't want to interrupt you, but what are you thinking about as you're breathing?
Okay, so one of the things we're really not, that's another misconception about yoga is you have to empty your mind and not think about anything.
I always have a problem with that.
Oh, sure, we all do. It's the mind's job to think and to come up with thoughts. So rather than, I found, as I have a monkey mind very similar to yours, bouncing around all over the place, I find it very effective to not try to not think about things.
Sure.
Okay, so rather than focus on and try to suppress thoughts and anxiety, I find it helpful to focus my awareness and my attention on the breath. So following, basically, I like to say, follow your inhales and your exhales. Follow the breath. So bring your awareness to your breath and follow it in. Yeah.
So I just quickly thought of something that happens to me often. I'm on a firing line with people watching, be it with students or competition. You get geeked out a little bit, the adrenaline dump starts to happen, and you're suggesting I take myself out of that space mentally. Of course, I'm focusing on what's happening, but I start to put my concentration into that breath. The in and out.
The in and out, the rise and fall. The most obvious part of the breath is the rhythm, is the coming and the going, the inhale and the exhale. It's a very obvious, we're not speaking metaphorically, we're not getting too philosophical on that, but again, just the rise and the fall, the inhale and the exhale, and just bring your awareness to that, and in a way, follow it in. Feel the breath, feel your rib cage expand, feel your collarbones lift. There's the very physical sensations that we can attach to the breath, making it more tangible in a way. So on the inhale, the diaphragm drops, the rib cage expands, the lungs expand. And then follow the exhale, follow it out.
Most people, I'm told, breathe too shallow. Is this correct?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So what happens if you breathe too shallow?
It's an ineffective, or I will say less effective, exchange of oxygen in a way. So if we can discipline ourselves and practice ourselves to breathe deeper, we're going to take in more oxygen, and it's going to be assimilated in the body more effectively.
So somebody in traffic, at the office, having an argument with a spouse or a friend or a coworker, any type of situation that elevates stress can use this to...
Absolutely.
I don't want to say suppress, but get it out of the body.
Yeah, get it out of the body. And it enables us to be less reactionary. Particularly if you're talking about if you're in a tussle with your spouse over, over the kitchen, you're stuck behind somebody in traffic, you're trying to get coffee and the guy's buying lottery tickets with change. It makes me crazy too.
He's not gonna win.
So,
you and I both know it.
Of course not, but hope springs eternal. But conscious manipulation, we'll call it, of the breath. Again, deep, slow, feeling the lungs expand completely. So you really feel the rib cage expand. And there's a lot more capacity than we use. So we can get more oxygen into the body, it can be assimilated better, and it also brings the nervous system down a little bit, less reactionary. So we can come from use better judgment in a way.
This is very analogous of how we teach a lot of our dry fire practice. We talk about focusing on nuances of what our body's doing as we're practicing. This is the same thing. It's that same mindset, that same methodology, removing ourselves mentally from the equation, letting our body do what it's supposed to do. In this sense, we need to train it to do what it's supposed to do because we've taught it bad habits. Is there any type of time frame somebody should be doing this daily? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes? I know you'd like to say do little, get little.
Yeah, you do a little, you change a little, do a lot, you change a lot. So anything is better. 5 minutes, if you can spend 5 minutes a day consciously following your breath, do that every day and see what happens. I guarantee you'll be pleased with the results and it's time well spent. Yeah, so there's another misconception is you have to do this for hours and hours and hours on end. The meditation aspect I'm saying. But again, just even a minute in traffic of conscious breath and you'll see the benefits immediately.
I like it. So something as mundane as breathing, right? We don't pay attention. We wake up, we go to sleep, we go about our day. This amazing machine just keeps sucking air, keeping the machine going. Very important though, I hope we just relayed some of that to you. This is not the end all be all, just a little bit of a teaser to get you guys thinking about it. I hope you enjoyed watching with us some of these stretching and yoga exercises that we do. This breath is everything. It's through all of your life, stressful situations, weightlifting, trying to push yourself for endurance. The breath is so important. You can't fall asleep at night, control and learn to breathe. This is Mickey with CarryTrainer.com. If you guys dug these yoga videos, send us a message. We're probably gonna do some more. Let us know what you're having trouble with, where you're hurting. And remember, this is all in the context of our sphere of influence, combatives, fighting, shooting, and the way that those things affect the body of the practitioner. This is Mickey, be well.